The standings don't lie. The box scores don't either. This is a division line from the baseball nerd. We are cutting through the noise to tell you exactly where the American League West division stands and where it's going. The Swingin' A's are on top of the division again for the second week in a row. They're leading the AL West at 18 and 16. Shea Langoliers and Nick Kurtz are a big part of that story. With Langoliers banging in 2 home runs on Saturday versus Cleveland, Nick Kurtz is driving in runs and walking at a record pace. The Rangers are 2 back after getting hammered in Detroit, and there are no elite teams in this division right now, only survivors. The thing is, the Athletics team is surviving better than anyone expected. The Athletics are on top, 5 and 5 for their last 10, and they're finding ways to win the series versus Kansas City and a split in Cleveland. The Rangers are 16 and 18, 2 games back, 4 and 6 of their last 10, and that Detroit series is still stinging. The Mariners are 16 and 19, a half a game behind Texas, but a 3-game skid after Kansas City swept them at home is not making them feel better. The Astros are 14 and 21. They've won 2 straight. They're within the range, but they need to get on a run. The Angels are the cellar dwellers at 13 and 22. They're 5.5 back. Leiter is the only thing keeping them alive. When it comes to the Rangers, it's been flashes buried in failure. Eovaldi on Wednesday versus the Yankees threw 7 shutout innings of 4 hits and racked up 7 Ks, and he's the ace. Jacob deGrom on Tuesday got 6 innings, 1 earned run. He did his job, but the bullpen again blew it. Jacob Latz had saves in the Yankees win and in the Detroit comeback on Friday. Josh Young had 4 RBI versus Detroit. He's been a steady contributor, and he's been hot. Jock Peterson had a home run on Monday. Jansen had a triple and an RBI on Tuesday. That's about the end of the good. The bad? Leiter had a miserable Sunday in Detroit. He got through 5 innings. He allowed 11 hits. The last inning he pitched just couldn't finish it off. Kumar Rocker on Saturday in Detroit was a lesson in really bad pitching. He got through 2 innings. He allowed 5 earned runs on 6 hits. He was pulled after 43 pitches. On Saturday, the Rangers scored 1 run on 7 hits. Berger, he's only hit 6 home runs all season, and he's not the middle of the order thump that the Rangers needed. On Tuesday, against the Yankees, when deGrom had a 3-2 lead, the bullpen couldn't hold it. That has become the story of 2026. Eovaldi showed you what this rotation can be. Leiter and Rocker showed you exactly what it is right now. The Rangers are 16 and 18. They're second behind the A's. That's the story. The Astros are showing signs of life. They won 2 of 3 versus Boston to salvage a road trip. On Thursday versus Baltimore, they scored 11 runs. Yordan Alvarez's solo shot and Cam Smith's 3-run home run helped that. Walker, he hit 2 home runs, drove in 5 on Saturday versus Boston, and he's been their most consistent power threat. McCullers on Thursday racked up 9 Ks in 6 innings. He looked sharp. Spencer Arrighetti on Saturday made it through 5 innings with 1 earned run and got the win, but he walked 5. Lambert and Burrows are still struggling for consistent starts. Their bullpen is becoming more stable. Abreu won in extras on Sunday. King saved it on Saturday. The Mariners are playing baseball like the Mariners in the early part of the season. They're brilliant and then invisible. Julio Rodriguez hit 4 home runs in the Kansas City series, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. Josh Naylor clobbered a 3-run home run on Tuesday versus Minnesota and knocked in 4 in a 7-1 win. George Kirby on Wednesday in Minnesota threw 5 2/3 quality innings, but Castillo struggled in back-to-back starts, allowing 11 earned runs on Monday and 4 more on Sunday. Brian Wu couldn't hold a lead versus Kansas City and gave up 6 earned runs on Friday. In the Sunday series finale versus Kansas City, the Mariners scored 1 run. Kansas City swept, and that's the problem. Then we go to Los Angeles. For the Angels, Jorge Soler is carrying dead weight. He's got 7 home runs on the season, and he hit a 2-run blast on Friday versus the Mets. That's all they got offensively. Mike Trout's got his 10th home run, and he flashes, but he's inconsistent with a really bad supporting cast. Grissom hit his first home run on Wednesday in Chicago, and against New York in 10 innings, they stole the game. Reed Detmers on Saturday pitched 6 1/3 innings, allowed 3 earned runs, and got 8 strikeouts, which was serviceable. The reality is they're 13 and 22. They're 5.5 back, and the math is getting ugly. And now to the top of the division. The Athletics are for real. Jay Langeliers has 10 home runs on the season. He's got back-to-back solo shots Saturday versus Cleveland. Tyler Soderstrom and Zach Geloff both homered on Sunday in a 7-1 win versus Cleveland. Jeff McNeil knocked in 3 on Sunday. Lawrence Butler had a 3-run home run on Kansas City, and the lineup has real pop throughout. Aaron Savali has wins in both the Kansas City series and on Sunday in Cleveland. He is their most reliable starter. Luis Severino on Wednesday versus Kansas City racked up 8 Ks in 7 innings. Leiter Jr. is picking up the saves, and Perkins is providing a late inning stability. This roster should not be leading the division, but they are. When it comes to injuries, the Angels just had to say goodbye to Kikuchi on the 15-day IL with left shoulder inflammation. That was retroed to April 30th. The A's put Max Muncy on the 10-day IL with a left fifth metacarpal fracture. The Astros, Pearson, and Allen are all on rehab assignments, hopefully coming back soon. Weiss is on the paternity list, probably back as this thing airs. For the Mariners, Miller and Robles are in rehab in Tacoma. They just put Brash on the 15-day IL for a right lat, and Will Wilson is on the 10-day IL for a left thumb fracture. For the Rangers, Wyatt Langford is still out. He was going to have a rehab start, and he re-injured his forearm again. He's going to be out indefinitely. As we look ahead to the week, Monday is a division-wide day off, and it probably needs to happen. The Rangers travel to New York to take on the Yankees Tuesday through Thursday. The Rangers narrowly avoided getting swept at home last week, and this is going to be a tough series. The Astros host the Dodgers. The Astros are on a 2-game win streak, but the Astros go in with a minus 23-run differential. The Dodgers have a plus 23-run differential. A 46-run swing favors the Dodgers, and this is an uphill climb for the Space City kids. The Mariners host Atlanta, hoping to bounce back from the Kansas City disaster, but the Braves play tough. The Braves are on a 3-game win streak and have won 8 of the last 10. The Athletics travel to Philadelphia to take on the Phillies. It's a road test. Can they travel outside the division? Time will tell. The Angels host the White Sox in a series that they desperately need to win. Is there a series to watch this week for the AL West? Not really. They're all hot garbage. If you're a fan of the AL West, these games this week are going to be hard to watch. If there's one I got to pick, it's the A's and Phillies. The Phillies are surging, winning 6 of the last 10. The A's will have their hands full. That's the division line. We drop every Monday. Listen on Apple, Spotify, and Pocket Cast. Like, follow, and share. For full analytics, daily recaps, and box scores, visit thebaseballnerd.com. Subscribe to The Baseball Nerd on Substack, and I'll see you next week.